Hello, and thank you for joining me for the end. And here I am, at the beginning, or the beginning in this area. This is the location that I chose for my first house in this location. It's clear that it went through much more of extreme. But this is where I built my first hut here, next to this water, though I've expanded the water and changed this area. This is the very start, and this is where I still start the end. I'll start by first thanking you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the many weird little builds and my little just running around, bumbling around in Minecraft, showing off things and just doing little different things. But I'll begin showing this, the flyover, and I'm reading the background. The background story bed is the prologue, or part of the beginning. It's not the full prologue. It's part of the beginning of one of my original stories. The story that this town was made from. It's not 100% accurate to the story, but it's pretty much laid out like I'm thinking. I was going to also read some later bits in the story, but I decided not to because it goes into some like darker context stuff, so I won't go into that. It was going to be about this garden, but it's not closed off, so I didn't want to talk about the closed off garden when it's not closed off. I never closed it off, so anyway, I hope you enjoy this next thing. It's still in progress. I'm actually in a rewrite of the story, so don't be too critical of it. It might have a little bit of weird grammar because, as I said, it's in rewrite. So this is just it. It's the first time I'm actually releasing it, so I hope you enjoy. And I will actually post a link to the actual text transcript of the vocal, the story step. But anyway, there it is. And you'll also see the flyover of my town. I hope you enjoy it. It was a place of stone, ashen black from quarried stone of a place demons once called home. Stones imbued with dark magic meant to protect the inhabitants in their keep. A place designed by one man to declare his kingdom and built to stay for the duration of the reign of his family. The Shikijin king clearly marked what was his and founded the kingdom whose lands were paved with death. The cities surrounding, built by mainly those related to the king, related to his ideals, and those whom held power similar to he. The town began with soldiers, and those whom could craft weapons. A small set of buildings was the origin to the city that dared follow the keep of the king. A blacksmith stood right next to the castle wall. Next to it, the owner's house, whose families housed the first captain of the guard, and many following. As the king had his place in the Blackstone Keep, that family there held their place in their own stone walls and tied themselves forever to the king's service. The roads of the city there branched off, one leading to the farmland and the other leading to the center of town. Those locations were the housings to those that joined the king in his cause after the founding of the castle itself. The kingdom's kings had long runs of power. Their magical powers and affinity with death itself made them long-living. Along with long life came with it a sense of timeless age. One never could tell, by looking upon the king, just how old he truly was. It made them, and with their intelligence groomed them. Groomed from their forefathers' teachings, they would always keep their charisma that the kings of that line kept. Beautiful but deadly in their own right, they were. The family always kept its reign. Even through dark times it had, indeed. No one dared accept anyone else in its place. Regent possible, but never would they change from the line that founded the place, the family of Zeracross. Well, I hope that explained a little bit about why I built this kind of the way I did. As I said, it's not 100% accurate to the story because it doesn't describe the hills and stuff, but later it describes the fact that the place is a colder location, so it would have actually been a better thing to actually build it in the snow biome. But I chose not to because I don't like actually playing in snow biomes. If I was just in a build stage of it, it would have all built in a snow biome. But again, I was actually using this as a play world as well. Anyway, I know there's still some of my machines set up and the runes fly over, so That's just how it is. I wanted to get shaders up, but they for some reason would not load, so those were a no-go. I think it has something to do with the mods wanting to conflict each other, so I don't know. I tried several times, so that's why it's kind of a little later than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be out on Monday, but what can you do? I've been playing a lot of console Minecraft as well, so that ate into a little bit of time, but I didn't know I was going to have the issues with the shaders. I figured I could just install them, set them up, figure out the way I want them, and just go with it, but it just wouldn't work, so... Anyway, I'm going to go on in, so I can see, I'm going to go into this mode. I can actually turn that off. I don't need it. I'm going to go into a tour. I'm pretty sure you've seen quite a lot of the White Manor here. This was my starter house. It's the Captain of the Guard house. I'm not going to explain the family to you. But yeah, it's the Captain of the Guard's house. It's just he and his family, and that family runs the blacksmith, or the family always runs this blacksmith. So that's this building right here. That's why it's so close, and that's why that building is so close to the castle. The castle originally was, in my mindset, only part of this. Like, maybe like cut off where the tower is. But again, it took a while to build that castle. In my mind said it took a long time for that castle, so they actually probably lived in the keep by itself for a while. And then they built the walls and stuff around it. But, in my farm, I'm having a little bit of lag issues on the last episode. I'm sorry about that. Obviously the farm, where I did all my croppage. Decorative watermelons and pumpkins, because I had no need of them. So yeah, that's my farm. I actually shut down a field because, it's still running, but as I said, I'm not playing. I have my docks over here. There's not much to it. It's just a dock, and with some boats floating around. Just a nice little dock area. Have some barrels full of water, I see. Because it rained. The little guard tower I have here. It's like the, pathway tower. Have my stables with the horsies just quickly thrown together to have the stables where they're supposed to be and horsies chilling out in there. The next thing on the road is the barracks. The Beastmaster's hut behind it. It's not 100% finished, the Beastmaster's hut. I had issues. I got frustrated with the mechanics of actually playing with it, so I stopped. But it's back there. It does exist. There's the barracks and the watchtower. That's part of the barracks. It's connected. A chicken chilling out. You have the tavern owner's house, which is actually one of my favorite designs of the buildings here, because it's a standalone house. I could actually build it for restructure. I did a lot of medieval style buildings, which I really liked. Fantasy. I need a door. I'm on creative mode because that's how I'm going to remain in this world from now on. Let's fix my broken door. Yeah, any future builds in this world will be in creative mode. But yeah, there's this house, which is actually a really cool design. There's loft space as well. If I can get up here. See, just loft space. Be a bedroom and stuff like that if I was actually in a play world with this. But mods would not allow me to have just as much space. You'd quickly outgrow it. I'm having so much lag issues. I'm sorry. And my lovely tavern. Let's get up here to my lovely tavern. Get a nice good view of it. The lovely tavern. I think that's great. It's awesome. The White Lantern. Great. And it's right in front of the market, which is just a placeholder like design thing. It works. It's not exactly how I wanted it to be, but it's functional. It actually was a functional place to actually work. And the next place down our line is the vineyard / orchard. One of my first buildings, which I was actually, before I actually decided not to use carpentry blocks, so yeah, it's got carpentry blocks as a roof. But yeah, up here to the vineyard part, and it actually has a loft bed up top. I was going to decorate every house out with furniture and everything, but I didn't. I chose not to, only because I was having so much lag issues and stuff with the game. And you come down here to one part of the residential district, which has the mountain house, as I call it, with a little chicken pen. You have the purple banner, purple house. This is pretty much a weird little house, but it's okay. I was just playing with different building styles. You have the sandstone building, which is actually my least favorite house. It's kind of, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know, it's just too modern for this world. You have the Walnut Manor, which is interesting, but I also don't like some of it. It's kind of weird in a way, but I like it. It fits for its spot. But I still love this one right here a lot better. The next one down the path, I'm going to end in the temple, so I'll get to that. It's a little fountain. And down here is the residential district. It's the copy of the mountain house. Which took a little bit of time to edit out, so yeah. You have this cool looking house, because I like the roof. The roof is really cool. It's a really interesting house. I don't have a name for it. The red windowed house. And here's a copy of the purple house, which is now the pink house. Reverse door. And has a witchery witch in it. You can't see her, and I broke a window for no reason. And of course then, the square. And the stage. And the temple. And the graveyard next to it. But that is my town. That is my city. And I had much joy building it. Let me get over here so I can overlook my castle once again. There you go. Let's actually back up for a town view. There you go. That is my town. I enjoyed it much. I hope you enjoyed watching me build some of the buildings and watching it progress. But anyway, I thank you for joining me in this lovely world. And I hope to have many more buildings to show you. Just not in this town. This town is finished. No more in this town will be added. This town is done. So, that's it. And I'll see you whenever I get ready to build something else, maybe. Unless you're watching my other one that I have up. I'm sorry the shaders didn't work again. But anyway, thank you all and goodbye.